Okay, let's try this again. Alright. I haven't streamed pretty much at all in a very long time. I feel like streaming. I am currently in the process of making a new character in FF14 because I've been playing this game a little bit lately. I started playing it earlier this week. I am kind of a new player. I have two characters on another server. Neither of them are like past level 40. So I feel like doing this. Yeah, I'm gonna keep making my character. Dang, why is he so tall? I'm gonna try to make him look a little like me. A lot of scars, dang. It's kind of how I do my hair. It's probably a bit closer. The Clive Rossfield haircut? Hell yeah. Yeah, that's better. That's more like what I do. Dirty blonde. I don't really have any scars on my face, so I'm just gonna go with that, I think. Yeah. Well, let me see. Yeah. I also don't have any tattoos. Can I? I can't. Is that what I sound like? No. I'm probably a bit closer to that. That. Nah, I'm not saying that. 4, 6, 8. This one right here. That one. Yeah, 8, 10. Great. So, I'm having trouble deciding what class I want to do for this character, because the two characters that I have played so far have been Gladiator and Conjurer, and I already have my Conjurer as a white mage. Again, I've pretty much only played since, I want to say, Saturday. So I've kind of been no-lifing this game, but I also haven't learned a whole lot about it, I feel like. So... I'm thinking. Hmm. Moon and Love. Rivers of Wisdom. I am not a very wise person. And I am... yeah. Not a wise person. Goddess of Fate. Definitely not Liblan, or however you say that, because I suck with directions. I like mix up my lefts and rights non-stop. I'm horrible at them. Ruler of the Mountains and God of Travelers and Vagrants. I mean, I feel like I could go with this one. If there was like a hermit, I would definitely do that one. Destruction, Arts, Inquiry, Commerce, Abundance, Space, and God of Time. Okay. Me. That might be stupid. Let me look up what a vagrant is. Person without a settled home or regular work who wanders from place to place and lives by asking for money or food. Okay. Definitely not that. I don't know why I'm putting so much thought into selecting this thing that doesn't have any effect on gameplay. I guess I'll do this, because I feel like naturally I'm a really curious person about a lot of stuff. Yeah, so I did Conjurer, and I played a bit of Gladiator. I didn't get very far with it. I liked Gladiator, though I haven't played any of these DPS classes. And I know if I'm going to do a DPS class, I don't want to do magic, because I'm kind of not a fan of the cast times on Conjurer already. I might try Marauder. Let me see. White Mage, Monk, Dragoon. Ooh, Dragoon. Dragoon sounds wicked. I've always thought Dragoons were cool in Final Fantasy. Oh, but Gladiator gets Paladin. I might do Gladiator again. Dang, this is a hard choice. I haven't had Limsa as a starting area yet. I did both Gridania and Ul'Dan because Conjurer and Gladiator. I didn't really get super far in the Ul'Dan one. I like the sound of being a paladin, so I'm gonna do Gladiator. What do I do as my name? Just realized my video is getting cut off. Give me 1 second. There we go. Is that better? That's much better. There we go. Okay. God, I don't like that my character keeps stancing up at me. I mean, I guess I could just do already use one. There we go. Yes.
Here. Here. Feel.
Just realized you can hear my cat eating his food. Well, that kind of sucks. Let's see if I can fix that really quick. How's that? I don't think it's as loud as it was. Okay, that's better. I guess that's better. Alright. Hey. Hey, you. You alright, lad? Also, I'm not going to do voices for any of the characters, because I know that's going to kill me. You were moaning something fierce for a while there. Feeling the effects of the Aether, I reckon. You'll get used to it, though, don't worry. You there, halt. What's all this about? Inspection. Men, search the carriage. I'm just an honest peddler, friend. So don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, lest I cut it out. Sir, look. Somnus. Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll rot in a dungeon till the end of your days, unless you can afford the fine. Business as usual. Wow, I noticed that arrow quick. Amalja! Amalja! 2 arms! 2 arms! Seven hells. Consider this a warning. Now go, all of you. Phew! That kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful around them brass blades, lad. Bastards will have the shirt off your back if they fancy it. Like common bandits they are, only less honest. Thank the gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, huh? Hey, seeing as we still got a long ride ahead, you mind keeping me company till we arrive? Them young'uns don't much care for conversation, see? Brent's the name, and peddling's me trade. And judging by your unusual garments, I'll wager you're one of them new adventurers. I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call a living. So long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business, these days especially. What is it that first attracted you to it? Group of dots. I got that from Lobos Jr. He streams Dark Souls. I will never see an ellipses the same way. I'm gonna say to gain power. Power, as in our power to do good, like protecting the weak and fighting for what's right and all that. I thought that's what you meant. Well, adventurers do get up to a lot of fighting, that's for sure. You'll never be short of a chance to polish your warcraft in the adventure business. Warcraft, is that a reference to something? When you arrive in town, you'd best enroll at the Adventurers Guild. They'll set you on the right path. I'm having a hard time reading. And it wouldn't hurt to join the guild neither. Although home to a few, so if you fancy learning how to fight with the sword, your fists, or even spells, you should think about seeking one out. Just remember, though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit in being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, is this your first trip to Ul'dah? No. But of course it ain't. Still, might be as this journeyed itinerant has a few new things to teach you about your destination. Ul'dah is ruled by the Sultanate in name, but as most folk know, the Syndicate holds all the real power. Them and their monetarist cronies would happily get rid of her grace altogether, but that won't happen while she still commands the loyalty of the Royalists. And the Royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, throwing the weight of their wealth against each other, and they show no sign of stopping. Of course, the Lizardmen, that's the Amal Jah, couldn't care less about Ul'dah politics. They have their own interests, see, and they ain't afraid to use force to serve them. They say war is a gift to peddlers, need breed and profit, and though it shames me to say it, I'm inclined to agree. Ah, at long last. Behold Ul'dah, jewel of Thanalan, where folk turn sand into gold.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises. A solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ul'dah. Even with the coming of the seventh umbral era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
And here's where we part ways, lad. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want to give you this, by way of thanks of putting up with me prattle. You never did tell me your name, though. Hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Final Fantasy XIV. Now, I've only played 2 Final Fantasy games, and it was 13, and I want to say 2. And that's it. I know a lot about these games, though. I've watched a lot of stuff on it, and I've always been really interested in the story of it. Though there's a lot of story, so I don't remember all of it. This would be the 3rd Final Fantasy game that I've played, and I watched a lot of gameplay on this one. Oi, Venture, over here. I mean you. Fresh off the carriage by any chance? Eh? How can I tell? Huh. Name's Wyman, and my business is knowing every bugger else's. Now then, what if I was to offer you some invaluable advice by way of welcome to our fair city? Free of charge, even. Just this once, like. Mouse and keyword. Okay, I already know that there's one setting I want to change. There was one other thing, real quick. Some UI stuff. Move the hotbars around a little bit. I don't know what this cross hotbar is. Put this right here. Yeah, I know how to do this. Just plain to anyone with eyes that you don't know your way around here. If I let you go wandering off down the nearest dark alley, you're certain to get mugged or worse, and I don't want that on my conscience. So before you do anything else, you'll want to head over to the quicksand and speak with Momodi. She's the master of the Adventurers Guild and can set you on the right path. Just take those steps over yonder and pass through the double doors. You'll find her inside. That's as much as you're getting for free. Good luck with the adventure and adventurer. You've begun a quest. Oh, didn't need to do that. that is a small problem with it. I know I had them farther apart. There we go, that's better. I think one of them's a level over. I'm very OCD with my hotbars, don't worry. I think that's it. There we go. Much better. Look at this tiny, tiny fucker. Why, hello there. Who might you be? If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you've come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment, if it please you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Old so you might say that looking after green adventurers like yourself is my vocation. Lucky for you that it is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'd soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. I have a feeling that's going to happen anyway. Like our conflict with the Al-Malja, for example. They've been plaguing the Sultanate for nigh on forever now. Then there's the Garlean Empire. None can say for sure what they're plotting these days, but that they are. Aye, the people drink and make merry, but underneath it all there's worry, and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder, it's scarce been 5 years since the Lesser Moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an 8th hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye. 'Twas the end of the world had come at last. But then things begin to get foggy. Everyone's got their own version of what happened next. Some of them, 2 or 3. You think people would remember something like that, but the fact is, they don't. Nobody does. There's one thing the survivors agree on, though. The part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their lives for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly, and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering, I'm sure you'll agree. It's just a shame our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the Calamity itself. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they're standing between us and the midday sun, permanently silhouetted. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them Warriors' Blight. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is that you lend a helping hand and try to leave Old in a better state than when you found her. If you can promise that, I'd be happy to let you join the guild. Alright then. Promise is a promise. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Old Dawn means more business for the quicksand, too. Anyway, let's make this official. Go ahead and write your name in the register, neat as you can. Artius 1. Well, ain't that a charming name? Just rolls off the tongue. It does. Alright, Mr. 1. On behalf of... Mr. 1. On behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 is my witness. I swear to you, I'll bring you money. In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you were given a fourth chance to offend. You, too. Attend to this scum. Oh, I didn't see what that says. Well, ain't that a sorry sight? Nor an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, I doubt you'll end up like him. Just the same, if you ever need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. Anyway, any road, welcome to Old Daw. Take a moment to catch your breath, and I'll teach you a little about our fair city. I'm like having the hardest time reading these for some reason. Dang. Before you go charging off to find your fortune, I have a few basic tasks I'd like you to perform so as to help you get to know the place. First of all, I want you to visit the Aetheryte Plaza. To get there, head west from here till you reach Emerald Avenue, then look to the north. You should see a giant floating crystal called Aetheryte. If it weren't for Aetherites, traveling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Of course, you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. You ever attuned with an Aetheryte before? If not, just lay your hand on the thing and you'll see what I mean. When you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Gladiators Guild over at the Colosseum. Assuming that sword ain't just for show, you might consider training there. And finally, I want you to visit the Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the steps of Thal. Goods from all across Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You'll have no trouble finding armor, weapons, or anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself might need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Ul'dah as long as you've got the gil. Just make sure as you don't pay more than you ought. There's plenty as won't scruple to swindle unsuspected foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cesaroga and give it to him. He'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he's read it. In short, then, visit the Aetheryte Plaza, the Gladiators Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, but before you go, a word of advice. While there are more than a few unsavory characters out there who will try to take advantage of you, there are also some with honest-to-goodness problems who you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folk lured to the city by the promise of wealth and power. What many of them fail to realize is that instead of chasing after the guild the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities will come your way. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up-and-coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it from me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you're finished, will you? That way I won't spend my days swearing that you're down to your small clothes without a guild to your name. I'm actually going to talk to this guy first and do the tutorials, because I'm kind of curious if they have any, like, tanking specific stuff. Oh shit, I haven't been reading. Oh, well, whatever. Okay. So, yeah, gotta find the 8th rate first. I like how I already have a new ability and I haven't done any combat. Yeah, this way. Okay, let me fix something really quick. Oh. Okay. Ooh, look at this guy. That's a sick profile. The 8th rate was here, yeah. Hail, adventurer! Might you have come at the behest of Miss Momodi of the quicksand? Excellent. Which brings us to the matter of your attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gil, if you please, sir. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. Ah, but the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you were unfamiliar with the use of aetherites. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into the ethereal energies and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Perchance you have heard of return and teleport? Well, these transportation spells make direct use of the aetherites and their connection to the flow of ether. Given that there is an aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer with a mind to explore the realm will wish to seek out and attune himself to each and every one. But even if you have no intention of wandering beyond the Sultanate's borders, it would be prudent for you to attune yourself to any aetherites you encounter from now on. I pray you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about aetherites or transportation magic, I should be happy to answer your questions. Oh, hi, kitty. This cat hates me. Okay, where to next? It's the Gladiators Guild. I think there's an 8th right down here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, is that Odin? That is Odin. He's cool looking. Let me get this, other... Wait, where's this other 8th right? Is it up here? Sure is. Welcome to the Gladiators Guild, friend. Tell me, are you new to the thrills of Mortal Kombat? Well, whether you are or not, you are new to us. If you would take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. You must endure cuts and bruises beyond counting, and like as not, far worse. A daunting prospect, I concede, but there is no other way if you mean to take to the Blood Sands one day. And why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of public entertainment in all of Ul'dah. Where else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast to one day allow to claim a seat on the syndicate? Ah, there's not an Ul'dan alive who isn't inspired by the rise of the self-made man. But there is no truer embodiment of this than the gladiator who wins riches and fame with his own sword. You can expand that chat bubble a lot. Oh no, just probably like that. Well, maybe not. Throughout its long and storied history, this guild has nurtured countless champions. There we go, I'll go with that. That works. Our training methods are second to none, and our members ever strive to develop new techniques. If you desire true glory, to fight and triumph amidst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong, adventurer. Think of it. Think of your legacy, and if your soul stirs, join us. I'll be back here. Come back. I don't want to pick up a million quests right now. So the next place would be... Since it's over here. And you are... Oh. A newly come adventurer. But of course, yes, I am Sessaroga. What can I do for you? Ah, you would have me teach you the ways of the marketplace? Very wise. As for my fee... What? You expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, When you ask an old Don for a favor, you should at least try to make it worth his while. Judging by your garb, I rather doubt you could afford my services, but the fact that you offer nothing is laughable. Hmm. 1 second. How do I... Oh, Mistress Momodi instructed you to seek me out, did she? Consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. You stand at the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace in the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to the other city-states, Ulda's markets have ever served as both the literal and figurative centers of Eorzean commerce. All the great overland trade all the great overland trade routes lead to our city, and the majority of maritime trade between Vilbrand and Aldenard passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Ulda as their base of operations. They see to it that this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders day and night. Anything a man could ever desire can be purchased here, provided as he has sufficient funds. Surely there's something you seek, adventurer. A deadlier sword, perhaps, or a shinier trinket. Whatever it is you want, the exchange will have it. To the north, you will find merchants peddling armor and accessories, curatives, and crafting materials. To the south, you will find weapons, tools, and an assortment of other useful items for sale. Seek out a particular merchant or browse to your heart's content, but do try to remain aloof should you find something that piques your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. Ahem. That is all the complimentary aid you shall have from me, and far too much for my taste. My regards to Momodi. Now off with you. I'm gonna punt this dude down the alleyway. Just... I like how I crouched down to swing at him because he's a lolfell. Oh, that's incredible. Does it... I'll do it to you as well. No. Oh, that's funny. I crouched down specifically to slap that guy. That's incredible. Level up? No way. Okay, I need to be level 4 for that. Okay. So that goes in there. Alright, now I'm going to pick up a million quests because I need XP. I'm going to pick up every quest in the area that they will let me. So how are you taking old off? Make any new friends in high places yet? Ha! Well, when you have the Sultana's ear one day, I hope you won't have forgotten about old Diamond. Long as you're here, mayhap you can do me a favor and take this missive to Josias at the Platinum Mirage. It's just over yonder, and the man will give you some gil for your trouble. If only all work in the city was this easy, eh? We go all the way up here first. I'm just gonna start at the top of the alley and go all the way down. Or top the end of the street and go all the way to the other end. I am Erasmus of the Order of Nalthal, and I am charged with the study of studying the anatomy of this region's fauna and the environs in which they dwell. For the dark art of our order is death itself, and power over death can come only through knowledge of life. One day I shall publish my findings in a single comprehensive volume, The Many Breaths of Thanalan, but there is much work to be done before that day. Aid me, brother. Bring me 5 bottles of marmot blood, and perhaps I shall name you in a footnote. Marmots are hardy creatures that thrive nigh everywhere. You will most certainly find them just outside the city in western Thanalan, by way of the Gate of the Sultana. Do take care. They can be feisty little critters if threatened. Tell me, what brings you here, friend? Looking for a bit of work, perhaps? Some small job to add a little weight to that coin purse of yours, huh? Well, you're in luck. The pugilists have just placed an order with me for several of the leather gloves and harnesses they use for sparring. But the traders are cruel. where I find myself lacking the hides required. With that, I had the pelts for a few snapping shrews. What say you, friend? Care to help a merchant down on his luck? Bring me 5 snapping shrew pelts, and I promise to make it worth your while. You can find the creatures roaming central Thanalan. Do you have business at the Platinum Mirage this evening? Hand over envelope. A missive from Wyman. Alright then, let's have a look. Bird is barren, let the hounds feast. So it goes. Oh, this? Well, you see, the guild is often contracted to provide protective services. Unfortunately for this particular petitioner, Wyman's investigation has revealed his finances to be wanting. Maybe adventurers like you don't mind working for free, but we have a business to run. I myself have 4 mouths to feed, so this bird will have to fend for himself, I'm afraid. Hey, you! I saw you looking at me. You got something to say? Huh? No? Well, I do. You know Didalata? Short, broke, never pays what he owes? Yeah, that bleeding whoreson? Tell him to pay up, or I swear by the 12 I'll beat him so hard it'll feel like the second coming of Dalamud. If I see that little shite's face, I'll end up pounding him into a bloody pulp, like as not, so you go and tell him. Dang. Oh gods, be good. Galther's goon. Alright. I'll give back every gil I owe, I swear it. But no more beatings, I beg you. Like, I haven't got the gil on hand, but I do have this ring. Ain't much to look at, but it'll surely fetch a high price. Was me dear departed mom's wedding ring. God's rest her soul, but she'll understand. Show it to Maman over at the ossuary, and you'll get your coin. Gonna throw this potion in here. Greetings, adventurer. What brings you to the Asnerith ossuary? Give the ring. You wish to sell this heirloom on behalf of Didalata? Very well. It is most unfortunate when such drastic measures must be taken. And doubly so when the item in question is a fake, and such a gaudy, poorly wrought one. Also, you do know that our appraisals are not free. Normally this fee is subtracted from the agreed value. Alas, considering the negligible value of this ring, I'm afraid you would still owe us. However, since this is a rather unusual circumstance, we shall waive this fee this once. No need to concern yourself with the bauble. I will personally see to its disposal. Patience, seller. How can the ossuary demand such exorbitant contributions every single moon? It's outrageous, I tell you. Don't they understand what a woman has needs? How do they expect me to pay for rouge and sunsilk dresses and feed my marmot? Oh, if only I'd had the foresight to marry a more ambitious man. This is all his fault. If he just worked harder and showed some initiative, surely he would be rewarded, maybe even promoted. If things don't improve, it won't be long before I join the beggars in Pearl Lane. Save me from this cruel fate. I beg of you, speak with my husband, Bobanima, and find some way to motivate him. You should find him at the Coliseum entrance wearing one of those ridiculous outfits. Rudy is proprietor. Oh, he's selling weapons. Cool. I know how shops work game. I've played a game before. Oop. I'll buy this, and I will save it for when I am level 7. I am Bobanima. Congratulations, you found the world's worst husband. That is, if you believe that harpy I have for a wife. She never cooks, she never cleans, she just gallivants around spending my hard-earned money. And now, I see she's speaking ill of me to bloody strangers. Well, if you're hell's bent on meddling in my affairs, you can assist me by taking some of these Franz the Fair flyers and posting them on the walls inside the Colosseum. I've got a long night ahead of me standing out here, so I won't be getting to it anytime soon. When you finish, go and tell Vulcan at the Gladiators Guild. He should give you something for your trouble. Key items. Wow. Ah. What have you done? Your kind has no business to even look at a lady such as I. Such shocking, unbelievable insolence. And now look. Look at how my gill is scattered across the ground. Pick it up. Right this instant. I want to fucking steal your gill, lady. My guild now. Man, it's a long fall down to that down to the floor of that Colosseum, isn't it? Don't you think so? I wish I could push NPCs. You helping Bobanima? Well, that ain't charitable. Ain't that charitable of you? Fran's gotten pretty popular of late, and his fans keep stealing these flyers and taking them home as souvenirs. Ah, so you've met Bobanima's wife. Now I understand. Sorry to hear you caught up in all that. If you ask me, they're made for one another. Not that it's my place to judge mind. Any road, we appreciate your help. Here's your arson here looking for work, eh? Well, you're in luck. I just so happens I have a deed that needs doing. Wild ladybug's been wreaking bloody havoc on the outskirts of town. Something in the air of late's made them ornery as aurochs and rut. Ain't much for fighting on their own, but in numbers they move more than a match. They're more than a match for any merchant who's seen more days as at the teat than he has on the battlefield. Well, what'll it be? Fancy putting down 4 or so of those bloody buggers? Or don't ye? That was so hard to read for some reason. Zazariku. Have you come to wish me luck? I appreciate the thought, but there's no need to worry. What? You don't know who I am? The next biggest thing that's coming to the Colosseum. Zazariku's my name, and you'll be hearing all about my exploits in the coming days. I've even thought of a title for myself. The Garnet Gladiator. Which reminds me, I have yet to collect this circlet I commissioned from the Goldsmiths Guild. You wouldn't mind picking it up for me, would you? Can I sell it? What will it be? Will you rise above the masses and inscribe your name in legend, or will you resign yourself to mediocrity and die in obscurity? I'll die in obscurity, sure. A decision you shan't regret. One moment. Make way for Ardius 1. Fresh meat coming through. Now then, before your enrollment can be considered complete, you must present yourself to First Sword Mila. Seek her out and obtain her approval. Yes, short person. Who? Interesting. I heard Lulutsu. So you're Ardius 1. 'Tis a good, strong name. Aw, thanks. On behalf of the Gladiators Guild, allow me to welcome you. I am Mila, the Guildmaster here. So you wish to study our arts? I presume you have your reasons for choosing the sword over all other weapons. Perhaps you think it's the easiest to learn. A sword is a simple weapon, but to wield a blade well is anything but simple. For every Colosseum champion to emerge from our ranks, there have been countless disappointments who failed to achieve greatness. Bear that in mind before you answer me, for I do not ask this question lightly. Have you the strength to live by the sword, and if it be your fate, die by it? Ye. Then welcome, Gladiator, to your new home. Let's not waste time, shall we? I would gauge your aptitude for the sword. Just outside the gates of Ul'dah, you'll find plenty of marmots, hornets, and shrews. Slay 3 of each and return here when finished. A simple task, but essential to your training nonetheless. Now go. Yes, ma'am. Whew. That's an expensive material. 30k. Freaking expensive. Oh wait, not the right way. What are you guys? You're cool. Little bells on their head. Zazariku circlet. Just a moment, sir. Oh dear, this is so embarrassing. I'm afraid crafting the circlet to Sazariku's exact specifications has proven somewhat difficult. We ran out of garnets halfway through our work, and we are still waiting on the next shipment. I hate to impose, but could you explain the situation to Crooked Haft and the Miners Guild? My records indicate that he was supposed to deliver the gemstones yesterday. Mayhap it slipped his mind? I will talk to this guy in 1 second. What could be keeping her? My beloved Yellow Moon and I promised to meet at this very spot. But 2 bells have passed, and I've nary a word from her. Gods, I hope she's all right. As much as I wish to go off and find her, I simply cannot. What if she were to come in my absence? Please, would you search for her in my stead? It's possible she's somewhere near the Weavers Guild. She always enjoyed watching the... By the gods, do you think she's left me for someone more dapper? I try not to look a bumpkin, but I've no mind for fashion. Poor guy. I have a mind to drain a pint, so hurry up and speak your business. She wants how many bloody garnets? 7 hells, man. They don't grow on trees. But more than that, this lad, what fancies himself the next France the Fair, ought to worry less about style and more about swordplay. Anyway, it'll do my part to ensure this little bastard gets bedecked in all the goddamn garnets he can afford. And if he dies in his first fight, well, at least he'll have a pretty corpse. Damn. Milvaneth Sacrarium. Fear got me good. Just look at me. This hair, this outfit, they don't match at all. I look atrocious. What was I thinking? Oh, I can't let Bitter Snow see me like this. Maybe that last tunic was best after all. Or no, perhaps the blue? Bitter Snow is waiting for me, but I haven't anything to wear. I'm gonna put this on the last page. If it is work you seek, the Weaver's Guild welcomes you. Indeed, your timing is impeccable. A soiree, I don't know how to say that, is to be held with all of our Oldaw's elite in attendance. Once the invites went out, the orders came in, and with a fury. Every lord and lady from Cape Deadwind to the Cinderfoot is demanding the latest fineries. I need hands, and I need them now. Yet I cannot spare the time to go off in search of them. Would you care to aid us, friend? I ask no more than you welcome to our doors any willing souls you find. Come, let us see how you fare. Show me your warmest welcome. Excellent. I dare say I would work for you myself. Now hurry off. We need those people. Something in a cream. Oh, whatever shall I do? This dress, I just can't seem to finish it. Oh, the design is flawless, absolutely flawless. Of that I have no doubt. But I simply cannot settle on a color for the life of me. How would you like to conduct a bit of field research for me? I'm dying to know what color the ladies of Ul'dah are wearing these days, especially on the hustling strip. And when you're finished, please call on Luku at the Alchemist Guild. The woman is a wizard with dyes. Have her cook up whatever color you find is most popular. I will be right back. I need to use the restroom. I should also probably add a thing that says that. Yep, be right back. I have 3 turns. I just welcome these guys, I guess. Work at the Weavers Guild, I'd be lying if I said I weren't interested. To whom might I go to inquire further? The Weavers are recruiting. Finally, my chance to become a famous designer. So the Weavers need help, do they? Sorry, friend. I'm all set for coin. I appreciate the offer, but I must refuse. I'm all thumbs when it comes to stitching and whatnot. Weaving work? Take a look at me, friend. I'm a bloody guard, and on duty, no less. Move along now. Turn this in really quick. You've returned. Well, how did you fare? 2 potential recruits, you say? Welcome news. I only hope their zeal for fashion will show in their efforts for the guild. What we do here may seem all silk and satin, to be sure, but the work within these walls is far from easy. And that, I suppose, our trade is not unlike any other. The most popular color of late. Well, all colors must have their merits. Of course, all colors have their merits, of course. But if pressed, I'd have to say red. Why, any color is perfectly fine for a dress, you silly thing, so long as it comes off easily at the end of the night. There we go. I love that I crouch down to slap the Lalafell when they're at the same height as me. What color is in fashion? Well, I must say, I'm just back from Gridania, and I find that there's a certain verb to verdant livery. Green, you bloody idiot. Dickhead. Best color for a dress? Well, you know what they say. I'm not saying that. Yellow. What fairer color than that in the name of the fairest maiden? Yellow moon. Oh, yellow moon, how my heart pines for you. Wasn't there another guy that was looking for her? I don't think it's the same dude. There's never a shortage of white dresses on our old on lady. Surely it is the most comfortable color to wear under this murderous sun. Personally, I've always had a thing for a motley of red and green overlaid with stripes of purple and dark brown. Okay. Red, ever and always. This is Old Dawn, my dear boy, where the sun beats on your back with fiery fists, and the sins and sands are hot and unforgiving and everywhere at once. We Old Dawns live for passions, and our lust for life is surpassed only by our lust for lust. If you say so. You are here on behalf of the Weavers Guild, are you not? Yes, Athelwine said you'd be along. Well, what color is it to be, then? It sounds as though you have 2 votes for red, 1 vote for green, yellow, white, and black, 1 abstaining, and 1 vote for a motley of red and green overlaid with stripes of purple and dark brown. By no means a resounding victory, but I suppose red it shall be. I have some catalysts I've been saving for just such an occasion. Mark my words, I'm going to concoct the most vibrant red Ul'dah has ever seen. Alchemy may look arcane and esoteric to the uninitiated, but it is grounded in naught but science and experimentation. Indeed, I dare say it does more to advance culture and civilization than nigh any other discipline. Yes, yes, yes! At last my work is complete. Mark my words, this formula will revolutionize alchemy as we know it. With just a sip of this tonic, even raging fevers will be instantly extinguished. But I must needs test it, adventurer. While I produce more, I bid you take this batch to Pearl Land, to a man there named Landberg. He is trusted by the other refugees. Persuade this Lambert to take my tonic and give it to his people. I require nothing in exchange. After all, if it is truly effective, it will be a tremendous boon to the advancements of alchemic arts and mankind at large. I did hit the safe, right? I did not. I think I'm only missing, yeah, the one in front of the Adventurers Guild. Dang. I don't know how I missed that. Okay, where do I need to go next? Bring the tonic to Lambert. Is there anything downstairs I need to finish? I think pretty much the rest of these are going to be combat after I turn this one in. Yeah, that's just the Lambert one. Alright. Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Eh? Medicine for the sick? Huh. We're not fools, boy. We know full well what that blasted Alwyn is up to. But we'll accept his medicine nonetheless. Look at us. Beggars can't be choosers. Might be as if it might be as it's a mere experiment to him, but to us it's a matter of life and death. If we've got to choose between this bastard's swill and nothing at all, is it really a choice? Oop, got my first combo. Few come here by choice, and fewer still bearing medicine. Your kindness shouldn't go unrewarded. This vase is important to us, but I want you to have it. It's just some old pottery, I know, but it might be valued by collectors of cultural artifacts. There are men who are willing to pay good coin for such objects. If you go to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, chances are you'll find one of them. Let's go for that. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning gentleman like yourself be looking for today? Permit me to examine this vase of yours. I hope you did not spend too much coin on this trash. A flood of like items brought in by refugees has destroyed what demand once existed. The markets are fickle, my friend. If you lose sight of your current trends, you stand to lose everything, as I once did. Market wards once bore my name until fate and hubris reduced me to this. For your sake, I pray that you do not have to learn this lesson the same way I did. Oh god, water went down the wrong way. Alright, just gotta go kill a bunch of shit now. And grab this shard. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I have the entire area here, I think. Oh boy, I have more quests up here. Sure, darling, you can come for a ride. Huh? Where am I? Who are you? And more importantly, where'd she go? Oh, bugger. Did me shift start already? But the hell's with it. I'm bleeding exhausted anyway. Mind taking this to Giganasu at the dispatch yard outside the city? He'll probably give you something for the trouble. Pray, let me catch my breath. I went all the way to Scorpion Crossing for a package, but only just now realized I've returned with the wrong one. The way back is so far. I can't. I simply can't. Would you make the trip back in my stead? I'm sure some poor soul at Scorpion Crossing is missing this package. I haven't the breath left to tell you the way. Go and see. Mimishu. Well, youngling, how are you finding our fine old then? Got your barons around you about you yet? If so, mayhap it's time you ventured beyond the city walls. The bustling streets of Old are one thing, but the wilds of Thanalan, that's another altogether. I know a bloke you might fancy speaking to, and he you. Name of Papa Sean. You'll find him over at the Old Dispatch Yard. No doubt he'll have some work for you. The dispatch yard's over in central Thanalan. Just head out the door across the hall, and you'll see the gate of the gate of Nald staring right back at you. Pass through it and head east. You'll come upon it for long. There's dangers beyond the wall, though. More than I'd care to count. Nothing too terrible, mind you, but feisty enough to attack if you draw near. Don't say nobody cared enough to warn you. Where does this go? Oh, I did not know that there was an exit there to get in there. That's copyrighted. I shouldn't have singing that. Yeah, I know how battle works. Stone's throw. Dang, you're level 12. I should not attack you. That would not be a good idea. I'm gonna ignore Papashan for a second. Anyone seen Kekazani since last night? Anyone? Hey, what are you doing with that timetable? I've been looking all over for it. Got it from Kekazani, you say? Why, that useless drunk. I'll wager he was out all night again, chasing after skirts. That's it. The next time he misses his shift, I'm tying him to the tracks. Dang. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore Papashan for a second, and I'm gonna go finish this quest, or do this Ladybug quest. kind of want to try fighting this thing. I'll give it a couple swings. Oh. Dang. I didn't even notice the time on that. Oh. I'm gonna, like, actively try to avoid some of these enemies for a minute. I know not all of them are aggressive, but do it anyway. Oh, hey, Denny Lewis. It's going pretty good so far. I'm really enjoying the game. How have you been? That's where the ladybugs are. Yeah, for 2014, the game looks really good. This is I started Saturday, I want to say. It's only been a few days. I have a character on another server that's like level 30 something, not very high level, so I'm not like super far into it. Have you played the game before? This guy? Wait. Yeah, it is that guy. Scorpion Crossing. The way couldn't be simpler. Pass through this gate and head west until you come upon it. Delivering a package, are you? In this case, you want to speak to Oswell when you arrive. I'd say you should listen to your friend. I really enjoy the game so far. They do have like a 30-day free trial. If you can find it on Steam. You're gonna be locked out of a lot of multiplayer stuff in the trial, but it gives you like a good like test run of the game. You can try out most of the classes and everything. Pugilist Guild is among my largest clients. I fear that would have come to pass had this order... Wait. I fear what would have come to pass had this order been delayed any longer. Take this, You've more than earned it. Play Dead by Daylight. I haven't played that game in a while. I think the last time I played it was like 2022, 2021. Yeah, it's 5 a.m. here. I started streaming at like 2. Yeah, I'm from the US as well. The blood, have you brought it? I have. Yes, yes, this shall serve nicely. By virtue of your toil, I am one step closer to publishing the many breaths of Thanalan. Thank you. Take this as recompense. Go now, and may the traitors smile upon you. I don't think an eye patch would make me any better at combat, but sure. California. I've heard Ohio's really nice. Oh, yeah, thank you for the follow. I wish the notification went off. I don't know why the notification didn't go off. I'll have to fix it the next time I stream. Where am I supposed to go? Ah, go back to gladiators. There's a few. I play a lot of Warframe. I recently stopped playing Destiny. I like Dark Souls a lot. I play a lot of Dark Souls. That's about it. Gladiator skill. I really like MMOs, and I've been trying to find like a good one to get into, and WoW just seemed too expensive, so I didn't bother. I went with this instead, and I'm really glad I did. I don't really know if I'm a full-time streamer. It's my first time streaming in about a year. I had a job, and then I quit because a lot of stuff was going on internally, and I was gonna lose my job anyway. So it was, yeah. Rest assured, there will be far greater challenges to come. If you wish to master the sword, you must test yourself against a wide variety of foes. To this end, I present to you this hunting log. It contains information on creatures ideal for gladiators in training. You will doubtless gain invaluable experience should you seek out and slay them. It is only with such practice that you will recognize and eliminate the deficiencies in your technique. Your training under me shall continue once the haft sits so snugly in your hand that you cannot imagine holding aught else. Until then. I'm already level 5. I can take that quest. I take it you and your sword have become better acquainted. Then I will now instruct you on another fundamental aspect of what it means to be a gladiator, commanding an opponent's attention. As gladiators, we are trained to engage enemies in close range, weathering their attacks as we deliver our own. However, there are times when we must do battle alongside allies whose talents are not the same as our own. In such a situation, your role is not to slay the enemy in front of you, but rather to defend the man beside you. We do this by eliciting the enmity of our opponents through attacks and techniques designed to incite their hatred. You must learn to draw the enemy's attention to yourself and trust in your stout constitution to endure. In doing so, you protect your weaker comrades who would otherwise perish. To help you better understand this, there is a task I would have you perform. It just so happens that Memodi of the Quicksand has requested our assistance. A gang of Laminson marauders have paraded into town and begun harassing people outside her establishment. Men like these prey on the weak, but will turn tail and flee at the first sign of defiance. You need not resort to violence. It will suffice to show them that you are not afraid of them and will not tolerate their behavior. Seek out the Laminsons and make your presence known by bellowing, "Face me, Marauder." In this way, you will protect the people of Ul'dah as you would your allies in battle. So you said you played Dead by Daylight. What else do you play? That's pretty far. Is this the way? Yeah, this is the way. I'm just gonna go here. A small Discord community, we all friends are play together and support each other. Oh, nice! That's a lot of people. I don't really join a lot of Discords. Yeah, if you want to post the link in chat, it shouldn't time you out. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should be able to put your link in chat for it if you want to. No, wait. Slash. Wait, come on now. He was disrespecting me proud sea wolf heritage. Oh my god, that's hard to say. Fine, I'll leave the bastard be, but we ain't finished. You know, your friend here is a 12 damn cheat. Thinks he can charge us more because we're foreigners. But he'll get his own back. Mark me words. What, you blaming me because this little shite shat his own pants? Well, bugger him and bugger you too. He was bullying a Lalafell. Yeah, I'm on Discord. Just turn around and walk away, Venturer. You deaf, get lost. Oh, wait. Forgot to do the thing. The Els is your problem. Maybe she likes her men rough. Oh, wow. What are you supposed to be, her bleed manservant? Bah, it don't matter. You've gone and spoiled the mood. Oh, there we go. Just who the hells do you think you're speaking to, maggot? I'm Farmerl the Driven, and me and my bloody marauders have been raving so long mothers scare their children with tales about us. Don't believe me words, and I'll let me axe do the talking. Oh, this is lively, even for the quicksand. You two going to put on a show for us? What's this, another goddamn fool? Show some respect when you talk to... Farmarl the Driven, leader of a troop of bloody mummers or some such. I have heard you I heard you the first time. Your voice carries quite well. Then unless you want me to split your skull with me axe, you better... It's a cool sword. I think there was a character in Final Fantasy VI that had that. That sword, it could be frenzy, but only the sword of Nald would... Bloody hells, it's you! You know, I've never been one to stand back and watch. Mind if I join the fun? Begging your pardon, sir. Why do they always do that? Looks like it's just you and me. Standing up to that Lamencian. Lamencian was quite brave of you, and quite foolish. I think I like you, gladiator. Name's Aldous, and I'd buy you a drink, but I'm afraid I just spent the last of my coin. I used to be a young gladiator like you. Back then, but that hardly concerns you. These days, I'm just an explorer of the unexplored, a seeker of as yet unknown experiences. Like that beautiful stranger keeping my bed warm right now. Gods, I've missed the city. This wonderful desert jewel of debauchery and sin. Now, if you'll excuse me. Is he dove? There's my Discord. All right, I will make sure to add you after I finish streaming. I am going to be ending stream here in about 30 minutes, so I appreciate the invite. I swear, if I hadn't seen Aldous with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it was him. Everyone here thought he died years ago. Listen, do me a favor and don't tell Mila about meeting Aldous, alright? She doesn't need this sort of drama. Why? Well, let's just say some folks ain't good for one another. Amen. I won't, don't worry. I've already heard of your exploits at the quicksand. You did well to send those marauders packing. I wish I could say we've heard the last of them. Alas, we've received reports of axe-wielding raiders assaulting merchants traveling through Scorpion Crossing. It seems words will not suffice, after all. I want you to finish what you've begun. Head to Western Thanalan and see that Farmarl the Driven and all those who have shared in his crimes never trouble the people of Ul'dah again. I appreciate that. was I in? Okay. I need to go turn in this quest. Oh yeah, I have the hunting log now, so I can just kill a bunch of shit. Oh, that's my aggro ball. Okay. Snapping Shrew. Central Thanalan. Okay. Snapping Shrew. Turn this in really quick. It's gone. I just know it. Gods, if I had enough problems already. You took the wrong package, Botolf, you bloody oaf. Where's your package? Their Heisen package. You're a 12 cent. You spared me quite a headache, friend. Thank you. If only there weren't so many other misplaced shipments plaguing me these days. I'll just take that. Ba-ba. I'm gonna do this really quick because I know this is fast. You there, yes, you. You're an adventurer, aren't you? Are you not? You travel around about Eorzea, slaying beasts and finding treasure, that sort of thing. I've need of help. I must travel to Horizon where my cargo awaits, but my chocobo slugger won't move an elm. I tried to have a closer look, but I saw a pair of vile pair of antennae protruding from his feathers and lost my nerve. I love Slugger with all my heart, but bugs I cannot do. I fear he may have a parasite ladybug that's gorging itself on his blood. Check him for me, would you? And if you find a ladybug dug in there somewhere, kill the damn thing. Have you heard the news about the goblet? All that quality land so desperately coveted is to be auctioned off to bidders regardless of their origins. Even adventurers have the right to participate. Just imagine, the entire area could end up owned by wealthy foreign... beg your pardon, sir. It isn't that I dislike adventure. Dislike adventurers. Far from it. But when you consider that Ul'dah is still struggling to accommodate countless refugees, the idea that this land is being sold for profit is not surprising whatsoever, come to think of it. Still, the least they could do is give preferential treatment to hardworking Uldans like me. I've been saving for years, just waiting for an opportunity like this to come along. Say, you wouldn't happen to be curious as well, would you? About the goblet? My hands are full here, but if you've a moment to head that way and look into this auction business on my behalf, I'd be ever so grateful. There's bound to be an Immortal Flames representative by the gates or in the goblet who can explain what's going on. This wouldn't happen without General Raban's approval. Of that much, I'm sure. Okay. Dumb ladybug. Slugger says thank you, and you've my thanks as well. I was sure as sun up that it was the parasite ladybug. Must have lashed itself on somewhere along the road. But how the bloody thing managed to stay concealed at that size is a complete mystery. In fact, I'm not even going to question it. I'd like to just move on and put this all behind me. If we don't keep our chocobos healthy, cargo won't be able to move over land. We owe these birds a great debt. I wish more folk would see that. You've time to spare, don't you? Make yourself useful and help me find my missing crates. The manifest clearly states that 3 crates bound for the Eastern Aldenard Trading Company were included in the latest shipment from Vesper Bay, but I can't seem to find the bloody things. They ought to be around here somewhere, but I can't waste any more time looking. If you find the crates, bring them to me. No, 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 no. This can't be happening. There's no time to send for more, and no... You there! Please, you must help me. Go kill as many cactuars as you must to gather 4 bottles of their blood. I don't care if you have to hunt the little green bastards to extinction. Please, there's no time to explain. Just know that my very life hangs in the balance. For the love of the gods, hurry, man. Ba, 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 ba. Have you brought the cactuar blood? All 4 bottles? Show me. Phew! You saved my hide, friend. Just stopped to give my cargo a check on the way to Ul'dah and saw that all my bottles of Radzat Hand Skin Tonic were as empty as Garlean Promise. Looks as though the lids shook off in transit and the whole load spilled right out, but I refuse to have it said that Guntram failed to make good on a delivery. Cactuar blood is supposed to help keep the skin supple. I'll just use what you've brought to fill the empty bottles, and all those lovely Ul'dah ladies will be none the wiser. Oh, don't worry about getting found out. Radzat Han's Skin Tonic is still a rare find, all the more so this far south. I'd venture none in Ul'dah would even know it from an ampule of their own piss. Cool. Grab these cargo crates. gotta turn this in. I don't know why my brain isn't working. There we go. Did you find my crates? I did. Great job, friend. These will make the next wagon thanks to you. The shipments never stop coming, day in, day out. Just keeping track of everything is enough to give me migraines. Business is good, true, but what use is money if you haven't the time to spend it? I haven't downed a pint with friends in weeks. Boxes, crates, barrels, lifting, moving, stacking. There's no end to it. I'm tired. So very tired. Say, friend, do a hard-working stranger a kindness, would you? See this letter saved to Kikipu at the Silver Bazaar. I'd call on her myself, but I haven't the time, and I doubt these weary legs could carry me there even if I did. I'd like to send her something nice along with it. Could I trouble you to scrounge up, say, 5 hammerbeak tail feathers? Gods know you can find the beasts around here easy enough. Kikipu's a dear old friend. She's called the Silver Bazaar home for far too long. There's been ill rumors of the place of late. I'd just like to make sure she's well is all. They tore me from my saddle and took everything I own. Bring my goods back to me, I beg of you. Okay. Yeah, I need to kill some of these guys, I think. That was easy enough. No, I'm gonna do it after I end stream. Don't worry, I do have your name written down. So. Ooh, I got Rampart. Hey there, friend. I have a sure way into some easy gil, but if you're interested, it won't even require you to break a sweat. Well, not much of one. All you need to do is slay enough rusty goblins to gather 4 bottles of goblin grease and then deliver them to a healer by the name of Thanalan at the Hammers. Once he has the grease, he can use it to keep the hammers running. It couldn't be more simple. I'm surrounded by fools here. They detest the hammers and the way and the new way of life they symbolize. They care only for the successes of the past, but it blinds them to the opportunities of the present. Change isn't coming, friend. It's already here. I call the Silver Bazaar home for now, but I've no lingering affection for the place. I go wherever there is gil to be gotten. Well, what is it then? Come to try and scare me and these poor folks off our land again? Go on, do your worst. I'll not budge one step from this spot. Hammerbeak Tailfeathers and a letter. Dear gods, it's from Oswell. Have you seen him? Is he well? Dear Kikipoo, it's been too long since I wrote you last. How have you fared since? As ever, I'm a slave to my trade, and sadly it hasn't even seen fit to take me to or through the Silver Bazaar in some years. I've heard it's told the scum of old Daw have set their... Holy crap, I cannot speak. I've heard it told the scum of Olda have set their sights on your Silver Bazaar. It seems beyond saving. Really, how long do you mean to linger in that horrid hovel? However, some birds aren't meant to be caged. Spread your wings and soar once more, Kikipu. Spread my wings and soar, by the gods. This is by far the most ridiculous letter I've ever read. And Hammerbeak Tailfeathers, the dolt does realize he sent the feathers of a flightless bird, doesn't he? That's funny. Well, Oswald can go bugger himself. I have no intentions of stepping one elm from this hovel, much less soaring from it. It's my hovel, and I love it. Yes, ma'am. You're a warm face for an outsider, not like those other curs loitering about the bazaar. Surely you've seen the hammers to the east of here, or at the very least heard them. Well, a few of their workers have decided to drop in on us for a little rest and relaxation, but they're no workers. They're nothing but hired muscles sent to threaten the people of the bazaar and harass our shops. It's not the first time. But I dare say a formidable lad such as yourself might be able to scare them off with some strongly worded doubts. What say you? Please, you must help me. It's my father. Well, he isn't dying or anything. He's a fisherman by trade, you see, and he broke his only compass. He hasn't been able to put out to sea in weeks. The compass is very special. It was crafted by the goldsmiths of Eschtheim's lapidaries. Repairing it will require many chugs of magnetite. Such stones can be found near the lighthouse, but the search is not without its dangers. The area is rife with earth sprites drawn to the magnetism. I'm a lowly fisherman's son. I have no arm for fighting, nor the stomach. 3 chunks of magnetite would serve to mend the compass. Once you find them, please take them to my father, Galfridus. No doubt he'll be dawdling about the bazaar as always. You Silver Bazaar folk are annoying as all hells, I'll give you that. Bugger this job, I'm off to find some peace and quiet. Your ears working? I said piss off. Enough already, I'm leaving, but tell that bloody Kickapoo this is the end of nothing, you hear? Nothing. Persistent little bastard, ain't you? Fine, I'm on my way, but tell that Kickapoo this ain't over. Bah! I was just about to leave anyway, so don't go thinking you had any part in it. Yeah, whatever you see, man. Oh man, I'm sleepy. Are they gone then, all of them? Well, that's a relief. Serves them right for trying to scare honest folk from their homes so their own masters can buy them. The hammers were built to pound the ground here into solid foundation. The plan is to turn these tracks into manors and manses for Thanalan's wealthy. The same fate awaits the Silver Bazaar. Since the value of the land is set to rise, small wonder some opportunist is trying to drive us all off so he can have it all for himself. The Silver Bazaar may not be what she used to. Aye, more people leave now than come, and aye, more shops close than open. But it's my home, and I don't mean to be chased off by some bloody Gillionaire craven who sends common thugs to do his dirty work. I respect it. Can I get up here? Or no? Got the sound of it. That was freaky. dang it. I think I forgot to pick up the magnetite. Yeah. So snapping shrews, antling workers, dusty mongrel. The rest of that stuff is all central Thanalan, pretty much. Don't waste your time, mate. Bloody compass done broke on me. I'll not be fishing this day, nor the next, more than like. Magnetite? Daniel asked that of you, didn't he? Did he? So, Dad's to fix up the old compass and put it back out to sea, is he? Catch a nice haul of fat fish, hmm? I've a vessel that's barely seaworthy and scarce big enough for me alone. I have no crew, no hands to help with the haul. All bloody day at sea busting me arse gets me a few gill at best. Gods, days ain't what they are. Time was you could scarce count the ships what used to make berth here. There weren't no empty coin purse or stomach in all the bazaar. Small ships ain't got no place at sea no more. Everywhere I go, I'm in the shadow or wake of some monstrous trawler or signer. The old ways are done. We'll be little fishermen done lost our way. I ain't no fisherman no more, nor much of a father, I suppose. Just a broke man with a broken compass and broken dreams. I appreciate what you did, friend, bringing me magnetite. Gave it some more thought, I did, putting back out to sea and all, but even with me compass fixed, I still ain't got me lucky copper lures. Was waylaid by some goblin muggers a few weeks back, just north and east of here. Thieving bastards made off with all me lures, dozens all told. Must be ye filled some earth sprites to get at them magnetite chunks. Am I right? If so, I reckon he could put down a few goblins and bring me back me lures. I suppose I could make do with just two of them. Couple of copper ones should serve for now. You up for helping put a broken life back together? Yeah, I'll add you right now. I'm actually about to end stream. With that said, I'm gonna end my stream here. Have a good night, everyone.